Now, many of us will know that marriage is not always a walk in the park, and we all need a little helping hand at some times. Anthony Blackie wrote a book on how to survive marriage, where he gives his top tips on how to help henpecked men survive married life. Anthony and his wife Vicky, very bravely, join me in the studio now. Thank you very much for being here for a start.
It's a pleasure.
Good evening.
Pleasure.
Right, so let's start. Where did this book come from?
Right. Well, after 50 long, hard, cruel years of married life, I was caught weeping silently to myself on the terrace, and people said, "What's the matter, Anthony?" And I said, "Well, I've done 50 years of hard, cruel married life, and I've got to get my revenge. It's got to come out."
So that's where the book came from.
So I started to write, yes.
Tell me the name of the book.
The Squashed Man Who Married a Dragon.
Vicky, I'm going to have to bring you in here. What are your thoughts on this?
A dragon's better than some of the things I've been called.
Oh.
And he does say that a dragon could be complimentary, because they have mystical powers, but they do occasionally breathe fire.
Yes. I mean, in the book I call her Hitler's sister, Genghis Khan's daughter, daughter of darkness, font of all evil, whatever. It doesn't come into my head. But the thing was, when I wrote the book, and I'm sitting at the table and I'm writing, okay? Now you can't write all the time, you've got to sit while you think, you've got to try and look intelligent, you suck your pencil, and she's walking around saying things like, "You could be doing something useful, you could be painting the gate, you could be sweeping the terrace." And I had to come up with something, so I came up, I think I might have hinted at you, I said, "Listen, darling, this book is going to be our salvation. This book is going to just sweep J.K. Rowling's off the top. I want a bit of her sunshine, if only for a couple of days. I want Steven Spielberg hammering on the back door for the film rights." I said, "Stick with me, kid, we're going to do it."
So, Vicky, did you help write the book?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No contribution literally.
No.
I actually did the first draft. I typed it all for him, and after I'd done 100 pages, and then he kept wanting to alter one word here and one word there, I said, "Hang on, I'll teach you to use a word processor." So from then on, I gave him my old laptop and said, "There you are, you do it on your own." So he's had to finish it off one finger.
So it's a bit of a collaboration, really.
But I wasn't allowed to alter anything.
No, you can't. It's
I kept saying,
artistic.
"That's not right. It wasn't that." He said, "Don't spoil a good story with the facts."
So is there going to be a follow-up? Are you going to have a prequel?
Well, I've got some ideas, but I need to be... You see, they won't write your book, they won't print your book if you're an unknown quantity. You've got to have written before, and it is not easy if you're an unknown quantity. So it took me a year to write...
Entity.
Sorry?
Entity, not quantity.
Entity.
Let's not get into that now.
Anyway, would you rather I lied to you or would you like the truth? Which do you want?
Well, the truth.
The truth.
We'll go with the truth.
Well, part of the truth. Okay, so anyway, I wrote the book and I realised halfway through, I thought, well, hang on a minute, maybe I'm just fooling myself. Maybe I'm not that clever. Maybe I can't write a book. So I bludgeoned a lovely man who was the editor of the Clitheroe Advertiser into looking at my work, and he said, "Well, look, Anthony, I won't promise you anything. Go away, write something, bring it back, I'll read it, and then if it's any good, I will use it." So I wrote two or three short stories, came back. I said, "Duncan, please read these. I'll go and have a coffee and I'll come back." And when I came back, it was absolutely unbelievable. It really was. He just said, "Look, Anthony, you can."
You liked it, right? So quickly,
Yes.
What are your top tips?
What, on marriage?
For
Right,
marriage.
First thing is, don't expect much happiness. Happiness and marriage do not go together. It's like sugar in tea. If you put too much sugar in tea, it wrecks it, doesn't it?
Right.
So you've got to have a bit of happiness. You've got to have a bit of warfare, a bit of fighting, then you can make it up.
Then you can appreciate the good times.
Yes, you can.
Well, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a lot more happy years to come. Thank you.